Very happy to have another young Indian with us today. As usual, a smiling face. Right now, we have with us Samvardhan Tiwari. Let's listen to him. Over to you, Samvardhan.
Greetings, everybody. My name is Samvardhan Tiwari. And before starting with my interview, first of all, I would like to pay my huge regards and thanks to Subodh sir for providing me with this wonderful platform to express my ideas. And thank you so much, sir, for providing me with this platform. And I'm really glad to present my views today on this channel. So, to the viewers, I currently live in Greater Noida, and my native place is Bihar. And I'm currently a freshman at Delhi University Integrated Law Center. And currently, I'm pursuing integrated BBLLB honors, Bachelor's of Business Administration plus Legislative Law. My interest in law evolved as I come from a humanities background. So back in 11th grade, when for humanities stream, I believe as compared to the science background kids, to the commerce background kids, we are more streamlined towards our traditional honors courses like history honors, economics honors, pol science honors. But I believe I was fortunate enough to have family members who were there to guide me and to lay down different paths for me that, apart from traditional courses, law can be also one of the career options for you. And that's how I came to know about CLAT. And I started preparing for that. And I gave my attempt in 2023. And currently, I'm in the batch of 2023 to 28 in ILC. So, talking about law and how my interest ignited in that field, it was a very long journey. So, predominantly, I come from a mindset of a government sector job, since my father himself is a chief medical officer currently in North Delhi MCD. So, in the back of my head, I always had that mindset of going for competitive exams and cracking them and then getting a government job. And that was one of the major reasons because of which I went for humanities stream for my senior secondary year. And like currently, we don't have that system where the board percentages will decide your colleges. Right now, we have CUET, which is giving a more comprehensive perspective to students to get admission into colleges like DU and all the central universities. So initially, my first preference was to go for a traditional honors course. And till now, it stands that history and political science are my two biased subjects, my favorite subjects. So I wanted to go for a course like history honors and political science honors. But in order to have a backup, because when you're appearing for all these competitive exams, one needs to be very mindful to have a strong backup with them. I came to know about CLAT as some members of my family were already in corporate law spaces. So through them, I came to know about CLAT, and that's the point from where my preparation started. So talking about CLAT, when I compare CLAT with other competitive exams like JEE or NEET, or for that matter, all these different engineering entrance exams, to me, CLAT came out as an exam for which majority of the students were unaware of. And at that time, during my senior secondary year, I was living in Rohini, which lies in Northeast Delhi, and it's a pretty developed area. And it came, and now that I realize that it's a very shocking factor that in cities like Delhi, students are unaware about these major exams, like law entrance exams. And when I compare this with big influential corporate areas like Gurugram or big metropolitan cities like Bombay, or for that matter, majorly the dominance of such exams in southern India, for example, in Bangalore, their students are well versed with all of these competitive exams. So there's a gap when I see all of these lesser known competitive exams. Similarly, when we take the example of NIFT entrance tests. So to me, now that I realize that to me, the access was available because of my family, but to many of my batchmates, that access was not there. So in the first place, that idea never came to them that there can be an alternative than the traditional honors courses. That is one of the major points I want to clarify here, that there's an urgent need to start propagating all of these competitive exams apart from the conventional JEE and NEET exams, because students should be aware about what all opportunities can they garner for the future. So back in my 12th grade, I started prepping for CLAT. And at that moment, coming from Northeast Delhi, there were not many coaching centers who were providing study material for CLAT. And since the medium of the exam is in English, and like we all are aware that many of these competitive exams are held in bilingual mode too, but CLAT is strictly conducted in English language, owing to the essence of testing your communication skills, your interpretation skills for taking admission into national law universities. Uh, to many students, when I was enrolled in these coaching centers, I found that many students who come from remote backgrounds or from small rural cities, they find it very difficult to even start with the preparation. Because there is this term we often use in law, which is legalese, in which you need to identify yourself with the legal language. You need to be well versed with that.
Yeah.
So while preparing for this exam, I noticed that many of these students who are coming from tier two towns or cities are finding it very difficult to even start with the preparation. So when I see all of these law entrance exams, there are huge gaps in between. So me and my friends in college right now, we are trying our best to run these small initiatives wherein we can specifically identify small student groups to which we can cater according to our schedules, and at least provide them with a basic roadmap how to start prepping for this exam and how they can target their colleges. As for me, because CLAD came as a very late option backup for me, I started prepping for CLAD in early November. And before 2023, CLAD was usually held in May. So, for example, if I'm a student of 2023 to 2024 session, my exam was supposed to be conducted in May 2024 next year. But since 2023, the exam has been preponed to be held in December. So our exam was held in December, so it was preponed for 4 months. There was a lot of additional pressure too, uh, but due to God's grace, and I had just 1 month, and I was diligently working on my current affairs and solving all of these reading comprehension passages, uh, which are used very dominantly in GMAT exams and SATs exam. They help you a lot in increasing your interpretation power, especially in RC and verbal ability. That helped me a lot for my exam preparation, and through that, I cracked the exam in my first attempt. Coming to the college selection, since it was my first attempt and I had a very short span of time for preparation of CLAT since it was preponed for 4 months. I was not able to achieve the rank which I was going for. And predominantly in all of these law aspirants' head, they usually want to target the first top 10 NLUs. That is starting from NLS Bangalore, which is currently ranked one, to maybe NLU Cuttack, NLU Patiala, which are famous for their placements and especially in the domain of corporate law. So the rank, I was not able to achieve my preferred rank, which would have helped me in getting admission into the top 10 NLUs. While I was getting admission in the lower ranked NLUs, but still, at the same time, Delhi has its own opportunities when we talk about law. So one of my major concern was to not leave Delhi because when I talk about law, you have all the courts and tribunals in Delhi, the Supreme Court of India, and all consumer tribunals and everything. Moreover, now that I see major law firms are also coming to Delhi. Otherwise, they were predominantly working in Mumbai. So Delhi has its own variety of opportunities. So I did not wanted to leave Delhi. So and I also didn't want to take a drop here, since the 5-year integrated program itself is a pretty long course.
Yes.
So then I decided to take admission in Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University, and I took admission there in the main campus, which is USLLS, University School of Law and Legal Studies. My journey there was for a very short, brief period of time. I was there for 3 months only before I shifted to Delhi University. And to all the law aspirants who haven't gotten their preferred NLUs in 2024 attempt and do not wish to leave Delhi, Indraprasth University can be a good alternative for them if they do not wish to leave Delhi, as the faculty there is very experienced and they have their cells actively working right now. So it offers good opportunity. While I was in GJS IPU, one thing which I noticed was that this news popped up one day suddenly that Delhi University would be soon launching their 5-year integrated program. So, to give a little bit of context, Delhi University, Faculty of Law, Delhi University offers the 3 years postgraduate law course.
Yeah.
So, you can enroll in that through the entrance of DULLB. So, Delhi University conducts their own entrance test for the postgraduate course of LLB, which is of 3 years. And the admissions are not conducted through CLAT, it is conducted through Delhi University's own entrance test, DULLB. Under Faculty of Law, previously we had three institutions: Campus Law Center 1, and Law Center 2. Out of these three, Campus Law Center is the most prestigious one and the most popular one because of its rich alumni base and all of the stellar achievements the students have been achieving. But this has been in the news for a very long time that Delhi University wanted to launch its 5-year integrated program
Right.
for the undergrad students. And initially, when they proposed this plan, there were a lot of petitions and arguments in the court of law with respect to how the admissions will be taken in the 5-year integrated program. So many students were arguing for the admission process to be done through CLAT rank only, while there were a lot of students who were arguing for the admissions to be conducted through CUET, because many prominent universities like Banaras Hindu University, there the Faculty of Law do take admission in the law program through CUET.
Mhm.
So due to that, the final amalgamation of the program took a bit delayed response, but finally in November, they launched this program. And currently, I'm very proud to say that we are the first batch, we're the first 5-year batch here at ILC, Delhi University. And ILC is now the fourth institution under Faculty of Law, which is Integrated Law Center.
Yeah.
So under ILC, the currently Delhi University offers two integrated programs, which is BLLB honors and BBLLB honors.
Yeah.
So currently, I am enrolled in BBLLB honors, and then I shifted from Indraprasth University to Delhi University in December 2023. And this was my brief journey to what I'm doing currently. And that's how I got admission in Delhi University. And I do get a lot of queries on my LinkedIn account to give review about Delhi University and should students go for it since it's new. While the concern is very relevant, because honestly, since it's very new and like the upcoming batches, this year's batch will be the second batch of ILC. So the
Yeah.
concern is very valuable. So through this platform, I hope to solve multiple queries if students have regarding ILC. The reason why I shifted from Indraprasth University to ILC was because, first of all, Delhi University has its own brand name.
Yeah.
And the brand value which you get from the institution uh, is phenomenal. Because the moment I shifted here, the amount of opportunities which opened for me was uh, like really remarkable. And considering we are so fortunate enough to be taught by professors from Campus Law Center, I find it delightful that I'm sitting in a classroom where professors from Campus Law Center and alumni from Campus Law Center are coming there to have a workshop and we are being taught by them.
Yeah.
So till now, it has been a wonderful experience. But on the same hand, since it's the first batch, it has its own pros and cons. Like the management is still trying their best to conduct the exams on a regular basis. And since DU is a government college, there are a little bit ups and downs when it comes to examinations and the time schedules. So I believe that will get better with time. But when we talk about the faculty, about a law faculty, it's stellar and the professors are really experienced. And if anyone is apprehensive regarding the type of or the quality of professors you'll be getting here at ILC, I would want to convey this to you that you don't need to worry, especially about the law faculty, because they are really experienced. As far as the BBA faculty is concerned, since I am in BBA LLB honors course, and to give a little bit of context, when you're enrolled in a 5 years law program, which is integrated, till your third year, you study both of your BBA subjects and your LLB subjects. After your third year, for the rest of your course, you only study your law subjects. So till your third year, your BBA, since it's a dual degree program, your BBA degree gets completed. And by the end of your fifth year, your both BBA and LLB, both of your courses get completed.
Mm-hmm.
So for our LLB subjects, we have the in-house faculty from Campus Law Center, Law Center 1, Law Center 2. And for our BBA subjects, we have various different guest faculties from Department of Commerce, Department of Economics, and these professors have been predominantly involved with students who have been pursuing their postgraduate programs like MCOM, BCom, MCOM, MPhil. So the type of insights we get from these professors, since they were involved with postgraduate students, the type of insights, especially career insights we get from these professors is phenomenal. And I believe very important for especially undergraduate kids.
Yeah.
Because when you're enrolled in a course which is 5 years long, it's very important to be clear how to navigate your journey for the 5 years, starting from the first year. Because personally, I've seen many students, in fact, in my batch also, wherein we all get very confused regarding when to start your internships or how to start with your publications or when is the right time to go for research internships. So the type of career insights we get from these professors is really essential for us in order to navigate our law school journey. So, in regards to that, the journey till now in ILC has been really wonderful. And we have requested our director, sir, to help us in scheduling our exams in a more proficient manner. And currently, the first batch has commenced with the second semester now. So, the second semester is in flow right now, and we'll be having the next batch through CLAT ranks only.
Yeah.
So, the next batches will get admitted to CLAT ranks only. So I believe if anyone is having any doubts regarding admission into integrated law course, Delhi University, I hope that's clear by now.
Mm-hmm.
And till now, it has been a wonderful journey. When I talk about law, since I come from a first generation lawyer, because in my family, my father is a doctor, my mother has been a teacher, and my brother is an engineering student. So to me, law was a very new course. So initially, I was very apprehensive and scared that how would I navigate, or there are a lot of students who come from law backgrounds or their parents are involved in litigation. So it's easier for them to pursue internships or go for publications. So I also wanted to talk about this that if you are also a first generation lawyer, how can you build your CV and prepare for the coming years in your law school? So while deciding which course to opt, which is BBLLB, BLLB, or these days we have BCom LLB,
Yeah.
BLS LLB or BSc LLB, which is Bachelor's of Legal Studies plus LLB, Bachelor's in Commerce plus LLB. Some colleges do offer BTech LLB. So now we are moving towards an era where these law schools are providing a very comprehensive perspective to these students, wherein you get your law degree too with another degree of your choice. To me, why did I go for BBLLB in spite of coming from humanities stream? Of course, for me, BLLB would have made more sense because it's Bachelor's of Arts plus law, and history and political science are one of my favorite subjects. But still, I went with BBLLB, although it's a very new domain for me. But one thing which I've learned from my senior secondary years when appearing for a lot of these competitive exams, I grew up in a household of family members appearing for civil services exams and the combined medical services exams, which is also conducted by UPSC only.
Yeah.
So initially in my head, I was very clear that I wanted to appear for UPSC and crack the civil services exam. But we all know when we talk about UPSC, it's not a cakewalk. And the
Yeah.
selection rate is also very less. So, in order to have a safe backup, BBLLB became a perfect choice for me. Because in my head, when I think about my future career prospect, to me it was very clear that if not civil services, I would love to go for corporate law because I have seen my maternal uncles, maternal aunts working in corporate law companies, and I believe it is a space where I would wish to work in the future and where I would want to explore more. So that mindset, that's why I went with the BBLLB because in your LLB subjects, uh, in the course of your degree, you
Mm.
will read a lot of subjects which deal regarding topics like public administration or constitutional law or administrative law, which align with the subject matter when we talk about the civil services exam. But at the same time, your BBA subjects will help you in becoming a good candidate for applying to corporate law companies.
Yeah.
So to me, BBLLB became a very safe path and backup for me. So I currently have both of my horizons open, whether be it competitive exams or the corporate law companies. And maybe through the course of years, maybe I'll get more clarity where to go for. But I wanted to keep my doors open for the future years. That's why I opted for BBLLB. About the subjects, to give a little bit of brief about what subjects you would encounter if you are going for all of these courses. So in your BLLB, as the name suggests, Bachelor's of Arts, you study history, political science, sociology, and then your law subjects, law of contracts, law of torts, constitutional law, IPC, etc. Whereas in your BBLLB degree, apart from the law subjects, in BBA, you read very comprehensive subjects, which are, I would say, quintessential not only to work in corporate firms, corporate law firms, but it would also make you fit in working corporate firms.
Yeah.
So it will not only restrict you to the corporate law firms. So, for example, in my first semester, I was involved in studying statistics of business analysis
Yeah.
or financial accounting, or currently we are having
Mm.
subjects like financial management
Mm.
and managerial economics. So one may wonder that, economics in itself is a very diverse and a very vast subject. But the one of the great benefits of studying BBLLB is you get to encounter subjects like managerial economics, which helps you to study economics and its interrelationship with corporate management, which I believe enhances your skills, especially if someone is looking to go and make a career in the corporate field. So I feel BBLLB offers a very comprehensive perspective and a very safe backup plan. Although students who don't come from commerce backgrounds, like students from humanities stream backgrounds or science backgrounds, may find it difficult in the initial semesters since the subjects are pretty new to them, as it is for me. But in the longer run, I see more benefits in return of that. So that's why I went with BBLLB instead of going for BLLB. Now, coming to how to navigate your law school journey. So currently, I'm in my first year in the second semester. And although I haven't spent much time in this 5-year course journey, but whatever I've learned from my initial 2 semesters, in my initial semester, semester one, I would like to share that experience with all,
Sure.
because I feel whatever small opportunities we come across, even these small websites like Loctopus or Lawbhumi, you never know what opportunity would actually benefit you and result you in getting a very good internship or a very big panel discussion or a conference. So through that, I would like to share my experience. So while I was applying to Delhi University, I was very excited when the notification came up for the HPAIR conference, which is the Harvard College Project for Asian and International Relations. And HPAIR conference is very popular when I talk about students, or the speciality of the conference itself is that it is not restricted to only students. Working professionals, entrepreneurs, they also come there, and the conference is designed in a way that the uh, the secretariat handpicks each and every individual who will be attending the conference. So I find that I always found that conference very unique, and that's why I applied there. And I got selected for the US conference for the Harvard College Project on Asian International Relations. And the offer letter itself counts as a big achievement for students.
Sure.
And it can garner you more internships in future. While unfortunately I could not go and attend the conference in USA since my visa did not get cleared. But to anyone who's looking forward to applying for the conference, I would like to inform that the Asia conference applications are opened, and all the students, if you're in Delhi University or in some other university, this is a wonderful opportunity to start off with your career in spite of irrespective of any course which you are looking for. Moreover, I've noticed this trend, especially on LinkedIn, that recruiters or especially professors tend to prefer taking students who are in their third or second year for research internships or for these big massive conferences or panel discussions. And in this picture, in light of this, HPAIR becomes a very good opportunity since it has no age bar. The minimum age criteria is 18 years only.
Okay.
And the guest speakers previously have been major entrepreneurs there, and it's a wonderful opportunity. And the greatest thing about that is that you can get to carve such a magnanimous opportunity in the very initial years of your course. So I would suggest that if anyone is looking to participate in any major conferences coming up this year, they should definitely apply for Harvard College Project on Asian and International Relations. And similarly, Harvard conducts two conferences. One is the HPAIR conference, and one is the HYLS Summit, which is the Harvard Youth Leadership Summit. Now, the Harvard College Project for Asian International Relations is for age group 18 and above, and Harvard Youth Leadership Summit is for 18 and below. So 16, I believe the age limit is from 16 to 18, basically for high school students. And the HYLS Summit is held in virtual mode, while the other conference is held in offline.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was in Indraprastha University, I was still 18 years old, and at the moment I'm also 18 years old. And this was my last shot at applying for the HYL Summit. And fortunately, I was shortlisted for both of the conferences, the HPIR conference and the Harvard Youth Leadership Summit. And it was the entire process, the interview process, and whatever insights I could gain from the summit was uh, absolutely phenomenal for me, because I think it was an eye-opening experience, because you get to see these entrepreneurs in front of your eyes, and how did they build these entire massive companies. So it's a definitely good opportunities, and students who are currently in their 12th grade should definitely go for HYLA Summit. It can open various opportunities for you.
Okay.
So to start off with opportunities, I believe these two conferences can be targeted.
Mm-hmm.
And these two conferences offer you opportunities irrespective of your course, as I've mentioned. But when I talk about law, this is very common in law students, that it's a rat race for internships. As soon as the student is inducted in a law school, they would run after internships, after publications. But all of these students don't take into account that what journals or what magazines would be beneficial for them to get their publications done, or under which advocate or under which field should they pursue their internship.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say a student who wishes to pursue their career in litigation would want to intern under an advocate who has an expertise over that, rather than going for an internship which caters to compliance or mergers and acquisition, which is predominantly in the corporate space. So to all law students, it's very important that before you start applying for internships, it's very clear. You should be very clear to what purpose you want to fulfill out of that internship. As for me, in my first semester, I started exploring what all opportunities do I have around me. So one of the biggest perks of Delhi University, and especially we are the ILC, the Faculty of Law is situated in North Campus. So we are surrounded by all of these famous colleges like SRCC, Saint Stephen's, Ramjas, Hansraj. So one of the biggest perks of the Delhi University is that the networking you get here, and that networking plays a very vital role, I believe, as I've seen in my case. So initially, to start with the publications, I started looking around in what student magazines are available for me, or what journals are available for me in which I can get published. Uh, so in light of that, Hindu College stood out. So Hindu College currently runs a lot of the various departments under Hindu College runs different magazines and journals independently. So one of my favorite and one of my very biased is the Hindu College Gazette, which is the the type of editors there, the type of guest writers which have published their works previously in the official Hindu College Gazette is very amazing, and it's an entire new learning experience for you. So I started by applying to such magazines and journals, and my first article was published in the Hindu College Gazette. It was about interpreting the play Merchant of Venice in comparison to the current legal situation in India, and how can you find a correlation between a classic play and the current legal situation, because the play itself is popular for defining legal systems in the monarchical era. So my first publication was done in the Hindu College Gazette. After that, I started exploring more opportunities, and currently I'm inducted as a junior editor in the Pro, which is an independent biannual student and magazine under Caucus. Caucus is the discussion forum of Hindu College, and the Probe, which is our student-run magazine, usually caters to topics like international relations or political policies. And we invite various professors, research intellectuals to give their opinions on magazine on a monthly issue. So back in December 2023, I got inducted as a junior editor there. And the networking and the type of editors which I have seen personally in the Pro uh, is really phenomenal, and was a great learning experience. So that's how you can navigate your publications initially. My recommendation to all the law students would be to look for opportunities which you currently have near you. Now, I do know many of the students who are pursuing their law degree from remote colleges, which are not situated in these metropolitan cities like Delhi, Bombay, or some NLUs for that matter, some national law universities like NLU Jodhpur or RJNLU Patiala. All of these NLUs are geographically located in a isolated location, pretty far from the city. But since they have their own independent running journals, it's easier for students there to get themselves published there. So if you don't have access to journals near you or surrounding you, many websites can come into play, like Loctopus, Logome, or LinkedIn itself is a great platform to look for
Okay.
various events or various call for papers or conferences which can garner you publications. So I believe that's how one can start their journey when we talk about publications. As far as internships are concerned, your main point of internships, especially for law students, starts from the third year. Because in the third year, we encounter our core law subjects like the IPC, Indian Penal Code, or the CPC, or the CRPC, Criminal Procedure Code. So, since in third year we encounter these main core law subjects, companies and these litigation firms usually prefer students to take in, usually prefer to take in students in their third year since they are well versed with these important subjects. So, while you may find it difficult to get internships in the initial 2 years, but I would suggest that one can plan their initial first 2 years of the law school for applying to research internships
Yeah.
under various professors. And to give example for that, OP Jindal University is one of a very remarkable university for that matter because they have a very wide base of professors there. And all of these professors are open to accepting research interns on quarterly basis in 1 year. So you can always keep an update on these professional platforms like Unstop, LinkedIn, wherein if an professor is open to recruiting new research interns, you can apply there. Similarly, Ashoka University offers a lot of research internships under various professors on quarterly basis. So I would suggest that the first 2 years should be focused more on research internships because that would help you in improving your writing skills and research skills because
Yeah.
one major thing which I've encountered while writing all of these research papers and articles is that how vital it is, uh, how important it is for us to be well versed with the citations and the
Yeah.
formats which are supposed to be followed.
Okay.
And like I would like to remind all of the students that citations is not a child's play. It's a very difficult thing, but if you master it, if you master the format, the journey is like a cakewalk. So there are various citation formats: Blue Book, APA, Chicago, MLA, Harvard. And while writing these papers, you get to know how to write citations in those formats.
Okay.
Here I faced one of Here I've noticed one of the major gaps, which is again students. So in my batch also, there are a lot of students who come from tier two towns and cities and from remote parts of India. Now there, first of all, awareness is very low. So when we talk about publications and applying from these professional platforms like LinkedIn, or for that matter, basic stuff like SOP. What are SOPs or what is a cover letter? To them, this is a totally new world. So, and in law schools, these things I've noticed even in my university too. Not much stress is put upon introducing these concepts to students in the first year. Like minor workshops could be held and then the students are required to explore more on themselves. But I always find it a bit funny that students who are coming from remote parts of India, how are they supposed to identify these very technical terminologies, or for that matter the citation formats which I mentioned? It's very difficult for them to start being well versed with those concepts
Mhm.
since this is a totally new world for them.
Okay.
So this is one of the points which I would personally like to work upon, is that closing the gap for students who come from tier two cities.
Okay.
Many news reports have covered the same aspect. Even when I talk about CLAT, if you look at the annual statistics and records, students from southern India find it relatively easier to crack the exam as compared to northern India kids. Because in southern India, predominantly the language is English,
Yeah.
and it's pretty easier for students
Mhm.
there um, interpret the passages, or they have a
Yeah.
better verbal ability as compared to the Northern Indian students.
Okay.
So, in order to close this gap, I believe awareness is required right now. And especially in law school, taking admission is one thing, and then navigating a 5 years journey is another thing.
Okay.
So all of these minor workshops are essential, but we do need a professor who can facilitate all of these topics and can cater to, especially these students who are coming from tier two cities and remote villages or parts of India. So, in light of that, I would suggest students to look up to these PDFs which are freely available on net. Because once you go to college, you do realize that we have to study from these foreign publishers, and the books are usually very costly. So many websites like libgen.com. do offer free resources and free textbooks. And I
Yeah.
have personally accessed my various textbooks from
Mm.
LibGen only. And that can be a valuable access for these students to go forward with exploring these resources.
Okay,
And
Samvardhan, we are sort of running out of time. I have another person coming in a couple of minutes. So could we just sort of sum up last few
sure,
words that
sir.
you have? Yeah.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. At the end, I hope that all the law students, in order to start their law journey, I hope all the doubts are cleared and I hope you have much clarity. At the end, I would like to invite all the students to, since me and my couple of friends here started with this initiative by the name Nirbheek, which means Nidal, or the one who's unafraid. I would like to invite all of these students to follow our page, which is by the name Nirbheek. Nirbheek is an independent student-run initiative which aims to cater to men who have been sexually harassed and who have not given the access towards legal access towards them, because I believe there's a big stigma in the society wherein we do not give recognition to sexual harassment against men. So from this year onwards, we have launched this initiative, and I wanted to introduce and invite students to come over and let's build this comprehensive network for Nirbheek through this platform only. So I believe students can join us there and we can build a comprehensive network at Nirbheek too. So that's it from my side. And
But
thank you
thank
so much.
you, Samvardhan. That is a very, very comprehensive talk you have given on how to get into law college, what it means, how to navigate. I think it'll be very helpful for younger people. And I'm sure it has also helped you put together your own ideas. So thank you very much. Maybe we'll catch up with you in a year to see what your thoughts are in the second year of this journey.
Yes,
Okay. And
yes.
till then, let's say bye to the viewers. I'll be back with another young person. And bye bye, everybody.